Hey, this is music producer Reggie Marks, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way that you listen to radio.
This is Noel Gordine. You're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio.
What's up, everybody? This is Minnie Manchester, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio.
We at iLive are now into phase 2 of the iLive volcano relief,
supporting the victims of La Sofria eruption in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Aid is still and urgently required for those who have lost their homes and businesses.
We need you to help in whatever way you can. Please visit our Facebook and Instagram for a list of items required.
Or make a donation by using our PayPal link.
Drop-off points are Aquarius Hair and Mentos Coffee and Flowers, Finsbury Park, London N4 2DQ.
Or Mr. Sims, Old Sweet Shop, 135 High Street, Bromley, Kent, BR1 1JF.
West London Point to be confirmed.
Alternatively, you can contact Jarzinho
on 07 507 286 388. Alexa
on 07949 785 711.
Simone on 07 984 186 794.
Or you can contact Darren 078 46 774
We thank you for your continued support.
This is your girl Kaz Mack, and I am the presenter of Now Chat Show, a platform to inspire. Want inspiring conversation, uplifting tunes, community updates, and a rundown of what's happening for the weekend? Then look no further. Each week we'll feature special guests, share their stories, and discuss topics that matter to you. With phone-ins, competitions, giveaways, and great music, I'll get you ready for the weekend, so be sure to lock into Now Chat Show, a platform to inspire, every Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. on iLive UK, changing the way you listen to radio.
Hi, Victor V here, letting you know that you can join me each and every Friday between 7 and 9 p.m. for some reggae motives right here at iLive Radio. We'll be featuring the best in old, new and middle-aged reggae and dancehall with a touch of this and that, and also bringing along some guest DJ sounds and artists to join us from time to time. Reggae Motives, each and every Friday between 7 and 9 p.m. is where we aim to make the music motivate you. Get my love.
You're listening to Shay Boogie DJ.
On the house that Boogie built.
Playing bangers after bangers after bangers. Hold on, did I mention he'll be playing bangers?
Each and every Friday from 9 to 11 p.m. right here on iLive UK. Changing the way you listen to music.
iLive UK want to hear from you. You can get involved by calling us on 0208 638 8503, or you can send a WhatsApp message, text only, to 07 564 265 257. You can watch us live on YouTube and Mixcloud, and whenever you miss a show, you can listen back via Apple and Google Podcasts. Don't forget to download our iLive Radio Network app from the Google Store and take us on the road with you. It's iLive UK across all platforms, changing the way you listen to radio.
You're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio. iLive Radio.
Hi, join me, Miss B, every Saturday between 10 and 12 on iLive UK for my edutainment with infotainment show, bringing you short stories and poetry, music and lots more. See you then.
throw it once more at normal speed? No. No, I don't think so.
And good morning, everyone, and welcome to Edutainment with Infotainment. And my name is Miss B, and on today's show, we will be having story time, a movement break, poetry, music, games, and much more. Now, before I go into the story, please take a few moments to listen to the waves and find a comfy space and make sure you are ready for the story to begin. Have you found a comfy space yet? Okay, we're about to begin our story adventure for today. So, before I go into the story, I'd just like to give out those important numbers so you guys can get involved in today's show. So you can join me on our website, which is iLiveUK.com, or why not call me on the studio on 0208 638 8503, or you can join me in WhatsApp text only on 07 564 265 257, or why not join us on all social media at iLive UK. Watch us live on YouTube, Twitch and Mixcloud, or even better, download our iLive Network app. You can find this at TuneIn app and MyTuner from Google Play Store and iTunes App Store. Okay, now let's begin. Today's story is called Kind, and it's written by Alison Green with a foreword by Alex Schaefer. So let's begin. Kind. Imagine a world where everyone is kind. How can we make that come true? Here's a good place to start. So, young parents and listeners, I'm just going to describe some of the images on the page. So we've got two children shaking hands. We've got another child waving hello. We've got some children smiling and waving at each other. So, what do they say? How can we start? Just give someone a smile. There are lots of good ways to be kind. We can listen to people, especially when they're sad. We can give them a hug if they're feeling lonely. If someone's frightened or worried, we can offer to hold their hand. If they're in trouble, we can see if we can help. Can you tell someone a story to cheer them up? I wonder if you can. It's good to listen to their stories too. And let's make sure no one's left out when we're playing a game, and that everyone is cared for. Have you ever made a kindness jar? Every time you do something kind, put a marble or a button into it. I'll bet you'll fill it up soon. What else can you do to be kind today? Here are some good ideas. Can you help carry a bag? Or pick up things people have dropped? or let someone go in front of you. It's really kind to be patient, especially when you don't feel like it. Animals need lots of kindness too. What do you do best? We're all good at different things, so let's give everyone a chance to shine. Sometimes extra kindness is needed, such as when you meet someone who's new where you live. Can you be a good friend and help them feel at home? I'm sure you can, young readers. What's their favourite game? Is it a quiet one? Or a really noisy one? If they're trying to learn our new language, perhaps you can tell them new words like good morning, home, hello, laugh, family, love, my friend, happiness, school, help, play, peace, welcome, kind, and breakfast. How about learning some words from their language too? Look at all these different ways to say hello. So I'm just going to read out a few of these ways to say hello. So you got ciao, hola, shalom, namaste, salut, mankatem, and shezek. Sometimes people have lived through very hard times. They've had to leave their homes and their countries because of danger. They are brave and amazing and have extraordinary stories to tell. How can you welcome them? Can you share your toys with them? Or draw pictures together? Sometimes people say we don't have enough to share, and there's no room for anyone. There's no room for anyone more. Maybe you can say there's plenty room. Come in. After all, if you don't let people in, you'll never know what you're missing. There might be a wonderful new friend just waiting outside the door. Everyone is valuable, and we all have gifts to share. Let's be curious about the world and all the people in it. It's fun to see what we do the same and what we do differently. Everyone can be kind, even if they're really small or a bit shy. Let's feel nice to be kind, and it's a good idea too, because if everyone is kind, we'll make a better world. So, young listeners and parents, I hope you enjoyed this book called Kind by Alison Green, and the foreword by Alex Schaefer. Now, before I go on to our movement break, I just want to put this question out there. So during the week on my Facebook page, I asked the question to you young readers and parents, what changes would you make to the world that would make you feel happier? Now, later on today's show, I will be reading out some of the responses that were shared with me by some of the children that looked at my page this week. So, you know what time it is. It's movement break time. You know what to do. Stand up, find a space, watch out for the furniture. Let's stretch our arms and shake our legs and get the blood circulating around our brains.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop, stop, stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance. Oh yeah.
Oh, just shoot for the stars.
If it feels right and aim for my heart.
If you feel like can take me away and make it okay.
I swear I'll behave.
You wanted to know,
So we waited, I put on a show.
now we're jaded.
You say I'm a kid.
My ego is big, I don't even care. And it goes like this.
Take me by the hand and I'll know you.
Dance until we're done and I'll show you all the moves like Jagger. I got the moves like Jagger. I got the moves like Jagger.
I don't need to try to convince you.
Look into my eyes and I'll show you with the moves like Jagger. I got the moves like Jagger. I got the moves like Jagger. Baby, it's hard.
When it feels like it's broken and scarred.
Nothing feels right, but when you're with me,
I'll make you believe
that I've got the key. Oh, so get in the car.
we can ride it wherever you want.
I hope you're shaking your arms and shaking your legs and getting that blood circulating around your brains.
Yeah, yeah, and it goes
Let your waist start moving. Watch the way I do it, do it. See me do it like nobody else.
We sing it all together. If we sing it all as one. It's not up in yourself. All together. Everybody's looking, watch the way we do it, do it. 'Cause we do it like nobody else. Let me hear you sing. Don't you stop it, don't you fight it. Let me hear you sing. If you got it, can't deny it. Let me hear you. It's waiting for you. Already you know that you do it like nobody else. Just sing, sing it together, louder than ever, ever. Forget everything, just sing like it's what we've been missing. And they're gonna listen, listen, forget everything. Let me hear you. Hey, I've been right here where you're standing. I've been standing on the ground. And the walls are caving in. All the walls are but my lips start moving with the soul I put into it. And you never heard it done like this. Let me hear you sing. 지금 잡아 멈추지 마. 노래 불러줘. 실로게는 널로 내게로 일 간다. It's waiting for you. Already you know that you do it like nobody else. Just sing, sing it together, louder than ever, ever. Forget everything, just sing like it's what we've been missing. And they're gonna listen, listen, forget everything. Let me hear
I
you
said a
sing.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's go, everybody, get
Let
on
me
the floor.
hear you. Let me hear you sing, girl. Let me hear you sing. I want you to sing from your soul. I want you to reach with your elbow. Let me hear you. All right. Let me hear you sing. It's waiting for you. Already you know that you do it like nobody else. Just sing.
And that is Charles World Tour, Just Sing. And the song before that was Move Like Jagger, a remix by Kids Bop. Now, we're just gonna take a few moments, like I said before, to read some responses to my question. What changes would you make to the world that will make you feel better? Now, I had a few responses, and the first one I'm going to read out is from Shanti, and she is age 15. Now, Shanti said that she would be happier if racism was gone and colorism was tackled and people had a more positive body image and gender equality. So that was Shanti, age 7. Now, Shanti, that's an amazing thought that you have about changing the world and what things will make you feel better. Now, my second young person is a young boy called Delaney, and he is age 13. And Delaney said that he would be happier if there was a stop to gang crime and knife crime because it's a bad influence to the younger generation in the world. So thank you, Delaney, for your thoughts and your input. And young readers and parents, if you'd like to share your thoughts on my question, what would make you happier? What changes you would make in the world that would make you happier? Please don't be shy. Like I said before, you can send your messages in via our WhatsApp, which is on 07 564 265 257. And my last one, which I'm going to read out now, is from Nevaeh, and Nevaeh is 8, and she would like COVID to end so she can see her friends a bit more. Now, later on, I will be reading out a few more messages from young listeners listening in. Okay. Now, I hope that you've all had a lovely week. And, you know, it's been a funny week. The weather's been up and down. We've had some hailstones. This week, for most of you, has been National Numeracy Day. So I'm sure that you've been doing some fun activities at school surrounding maths. And yeah, it's been a fun week. So I like to talk about my trips to Forest School. So this week at Forest School, we sat around a campfire. So the children learned how to build a campfire and be safe. And we made some nettle tea. And it was amazing. The kids really enjoyed it. It was a fun day for all of us. It did rain, however, we didn't get caught in the rain. Like I said, the trees were protecting us. And we had loads of fun playing and exploring outdoors. Right, so if you just like to find another space, get up, shake your arms, move your legs, and this is Shaka Khan, Hello Happiness.
Said Young black king, don't die on me. You my brother, you my keeper, I need you to keep an eye on me. And no more fighting on the streets, walking around with all this pride on me. Tough for us already, know that you can still rely on me. Please, just stay alive for me. And my young black queens, don't quit now. Yeah, you're the only ones that got us, I could never let my sis down. You've been too strong for too long, yet still you never sit down. Wow, that's the power of your love, and then it's worthy of a king's crown. And still you never let your kings down. Even though more time we don't deserve it. The picture isn't pretty, but it's perfect. Tedious question, so then I curve it. Serena or Venus, the way I serve it. I'm Mallory Blackman, the way I sell books. I jump on the stage and then the world looks. All that banging on my door had my girl shook. Like, sorry officer, I only sell hooks. Leave me alone. Every little L I took, I held it close to home.
Coming up, keep it coming up. So do your dance, do your dance, do your dance quick. Mama, come on, baby, tell me what's the word. Ow! Y'all pretty ladies around the world got a weird thing to show you, so tell all the boys and girls. Tell your brother, your sister, and your mom too, 'cause they're about to throw down and you know just what to do. Wave your hands in the air like you don't care. Glide by the people as they start to look and stare. Do your dance, do your dance, do your dance. Wake 'em, mama, come on, baby, tell me what's the word. A word up, everybody say. When you hear the call, you got to get it underway. Word up, it's the code word. No matter where you say it, you know that you'll be heard. All you sucker DJs who think you fly, there's got to be a reason, and we know the reason why. You try to put on those airs and act real cool, but you got to realize that you're acting like fools. If there's music, we can use it. We need to dance. We don't have the time for psychological romance. No romance, no romance, no romance for me. Mama, come on, baby, tell me what's the word. Everybody say, when you hear the call, you got to get it underway.
And this is Word Up by Little Mix. And the song before that was Superheroes by Stormzy. I hope that you're enjoying the show so far, and you enjoyed the story, kind. And shortly I will be visiting 10 Ways to Soar Through Life by Dr. Wayne W. Dyer.
Keep it coming up. So do your dance, do your dance, do your dance quick. Mama, come on, baby, tell me what's the word. Word up. Everybody say, when you hear the call, you got to get it underway. No matter where you say it, you know that you'll be heard.
Okay, so let's visit 10 Ways to Soar Through Life. Now, last week we looked at Healthy Me, top tip number 8. This week, for top tip number 9, we will be looking at creativity is the key. When it comes to your greatness, creativity is the key, because with it, there's no limit to what you can be. Being creative can mean so many things. It's finding your own way to meet the challenges life brings. So if you have ideas for your own way to shine, just stay true to yourself and you will be just fine. I'm going to take a few moments just to read the little story that goes with the little rhyme. I love to be different and wacky and wild. That says I'm his creative child. Like when I make a cake, it's unique and fun. I don't always do things the way they should be done. It doesn't matter to me if people think I'm strange. I'm unstoppable and I don't need to change. So, young readers and parents, creativity is the key. And like Robert Dyer says, there's no limit to what you can be. And you don't have to do things in the same way as others because everybody has their own way of doing things. So this week, try to be creative and make something. Maybe you might want to make a cake. Maybe you might want to go out and explore and build a tent outside. It's totally up to you. Be creative and just explore the person that you are, and just remember that you are great. Also, you can be kind and involve your friends, like in our story Kind by Alison Green, where she talks about being kind to people. Maybe there's a new child that started at school and they're not familiar with everybody, like all the other children in the class. Why not be that friend for that child? Why not help that child learn the names of your peers in class? That would be a great way to be kind. So, guess what time it is, young listeners? It's now time for Guess the Word. Now, this word begins with the letter K. And my clue is, it is the title of the story that I read this morning. So I hope you've got your listening ears on and your thinking hats, and you are ready to play Guess the Word. You have a few seconds to have a guess. Please put your answers into the WhatsApp, or you can give me a call in the studio live here. Also, you can check me out live on YouTube and Twitch and get involved with this morning's show. So, like I said before, countdown begins now. Countdown begins now. Now, if you said the word kind, then you were correct. And well done to you. Give yourself a pat on the back, or you can do a big cheer. Yay! Because you got the first word right. Now, my second word begins with the letter A. Now, in the story, they say that we also need to show kindness to these things too. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to have a little think. Make sure you got your thinking hat on and that your listening ears were tuned in. Countdown begins now. Countdown begins now. Now, young readers And listeners, if you said animals, then you were correct. Amazing. It's showing that you really listened to the story today. Now, my final clue goes a bit like this. It's something that we can do together to be kind. I'll give you a few seconds to have a little think, and countdown begins now. Countdown begins now. So one of the suggestions in the story, so I hope you were listening, and it was drawing pictures together. So if you guessed drawing pictures together or sharing toys or just playing together, then you were correct. So well done to you. So I hope you've enjoyed the show so far. And I'm just going to take a few moments to read out some more thoughts from you young listeners on what changes you would make to the world that will make you feel happier. So this comes from a little girl called Ajane, and Ajane says that she would like to see more children. She would like to see no more children being kidnapped, and for coronavirus to be gone, and the children at the hospital to be able to be free with their family and friends, and be able to go to school. Also, Ajane says to follow God and love one another. Now, Ajane, that is so beautiful, and it's nice that you thought about everybody, and it's such kind words, and I know that you are a very kind little girl. So thank you, Ajane, for that. I hope that you're enjoying the show so far. And Helen has said that her answer to the question to making a world a better place and what would make her happier, she says that if everyone was more open and kind and accepting of different kinds of people, regardless of their gender, race, sexuality, and ability, without judgment. Now, Helen is age 10. So thank you, Helen, for your thoughts. Seems like this morning all the girls are giving their thoughts. So boys, where are you at? Please send your thoughts on what would make the world a better place, and also how would it make you happier? What changes would you make? Now, done a bit of talking. Time to stand up, shake our arms, and move our feet to the sound of Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson. Let me see some of your Michael Jackson moves. So the next track I'm going to play is called Bum Bum Bola, and I played it last week, and it's such an amazing track that I just couldn't resist to play it again, and it's by Shana Amira Khan.
देखो देखो क्या वो पेड़ है चादर ओढ़े या खड़ा कोई हे देखो देखो क्या वो पेड़ है चादर ओढ़े या खड़ा कोई बारिश है या आसमान ने छोड़ दिए हैं नल खुले कहीं हाँ हम जैसे देखे ये जहां है वैसा ही जैसी नजर अपनी खुल के सोचे आओ पंख जरा फैलाओ रंग नए बिखराओ चलो 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 नए ख्वाब बुन ले मस्ती में डोले बम बम बोले मस्ती में तू डोल रे बम बम बोले मस्ती में डोले बम बम बोले मस्ती में तू डोल रे भला मछलियां भी क्यों उड़ती नहीं ऐसे भी सोचो ना सोचो सूरज रोज नहाए या बाल भिगो के ये बुद्धू बनाए हमें ये सारे तारे टिमटिमाए या फिर गुस्से में कुछ बड़ा
You're a good soldier, choosing your battle. Pick yourself up and dust yourself off and back in the saddle. You're on the front line, everyone's watching. You know it's serious, we're getting closer, this isn't over. The pressure's on, you feel it, but you got it.
And this is Waka Waka by Shakira.
Cause this is Africa. Samina, mina, waka, waka, Samina, mina, sangalewa. This time for Africa. Listen to your God, this is our motto. Your time to shine, don't wait in line, y vamos por todo. People are raising their expectations. Go on and feed them, this is your moment, no hesitation. Today's your day, I feel it. You pave the way, believe it. If you get down, get up, oh, oh. When you get down, get up, eh. Tamina, mina, sangalewa. This time for Africa. Tamina, mina, waka, waka, Samina, mina, sangalewa. Anawa, Samina, mina, waka, waka, Samina, mina, sangalewa. This time for Africa.
I'm well on my journey, biggie, biggie mama, one A to Z. My tea, so on my journey, biggie, biggie mama, from east to west. My tea, waka, waka, my waka, waka, my Sangin' since summer, Zimbabwe, 'cause this is Africa.
treat for you tonight. I'm gonna call my friend Ali up here to sing to you ladies. Ali! Let's go, man.
My name is Ali, nice to meet you. Can I tell you, baby? Look around, there's a whole lot of pretty ladies, but none like you. You shine so bright. Yeah. I was wondering if you and me could spend a minute on the floor up close, getting lost in it. I won't give up without a fight. I just wanna, oh baby, I just want you to dance with me tonight. So come on, oh baby, I just want you to dance with me tonight. We're getting sweaty, hot and heavy in the crowd now. And loosen up and let your hands go downtown. But go with it, girl, yeah, just close your eyes. Yeah, I feel the music moving through your body. Looking at you, I can tell you want me. Don't stop, keep going till the morning light. Yeah, when I saw you there, sitting all alone in the dark, acting like you didn't have to care. I knew right then that you'd be mine, and we'd be dancing the whole damn night. Like, oh baby, and I just want you to dance with me tonight. So come on, oh baby, I just want you to dance with me tonight. Break it down now, huh? Come on, take it like that. Now bring it on back. To dance with me tonight. One more time, come on now. Do your thing. Everybody say, I just want you to dance with me tonight.
And that is Dance With Me Tonight by Ollie Murs. Now it's I Want You Back by Michael Jackson. So if you know the moves to this dance, make some space in your front room, watch out for the furniture, and get ready.
Now watch me, nay, nay. Okay. Now watch watch me nay nay. Now watch me whip. Watch me nay nay. Now watch me whip. Watch me nay nay. Can you do it? Now watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Okay. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. You do. Watch me. Watch me. You do. Okay. Do the stanky leg. 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 Now break your legs. Break 'em. Break your legs. Tell 'em break your legs. Break 'em. Break your legs. Go on and break your legs. Break 'em. Break your legs. Go on and break your legs. Break 'em. Break your legs. Now I mean bop.
And don't forget to stay locked for the second half of my show. You can join me via our website at iliveuk.com or join me in the studio on 0208 638 8503 or join me in the chat room on 07 564 265 257. You can watch me live now on YouTube, Twitch and Mixcloud, or why not download our iLive network app via your Google Play Store and iTunes App Store. If you've missed the show or missed any previous shows, you can listen back on pod.co, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Acast and Mixcloud. Hi, join me, Miss B, every Saturday between 10 and 12 on iLive UK for my edutainment with infotainment show, bringing you short stories and poetry, music and lots more.
iLive Radio, supporting the independent artists from around the globe.
This is Chuck Ola, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio.
Hey, this is Deja Bell, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio.
I'm Amber Sweeney, and you're listening to iLive Radio, iLive Radio, iLive Radio, iLive.
This is Vanessa Ferguson, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio.
Hi, join me, Miss B, every Saturday between 10 and 12 on iLive UK for my edutainment with infotainment show, bringing you short stories and poetry, music and lots more. See you then.
Ready to start your Saturday night? Tune in to the Beats and Bass Show here on iLive Radio with me, DJ Deep Sound. Delve into the sounds of 140 deep dubstep, drum and bass, house, and many genres. Spinning something different every week, featuring special guest DJs and artists. The Beats and Bass Show, weekly 2 to 4 p.m. UK time, here on iLive Radio. Be there or be square.
Join me, Sims Mode, for that Saturday vibe every Saturday between 4 and 6 p.m. on iLive UK, giving you 2 hours of music, talk and discussions, competitions, interviews with guests, local, national and international from all walks of life. So keep it iLive UK for that Saturday vibe.
This is Mr. C. Catch me on iLife UK each and every Saturday between the hours of 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. playing R&B, soul and neo music each and every Saturday.
Sunday dinner finished. Children in bed. Lunch prepared for Monday. Clothes ironed. Want to finish the week in the best way? Do not, I repeat, do not listen to The Love Shack on iLive Radio at 9 o'clock every Sunday. The Love Shack, changing the way you you advertise radio shows?
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
iLive UK want to hear from you. You can get involved by calling us on 0208 638 8503, or you can send a WhatsApp message, text only, to 07 564 265 257. You can watch us live on YouTube and Mixcloud, and whenever you miss a show, you can listen back via Apple and Google Podcasts. Don't forget to download our iLive Radio Network app from the Google Store and take us on the road with you. It's iLive UK across all platforms, changing the way you listen to radio.
You're listening to iLive Radio.
iLive Radio.
iLive Radio.
Changing the way you listen to radio.
Welcome back to the second half of the show. So I hope that you all enjoyed the first half of the show so far, and like I say every week, if you've got any older siblings, this half is for them. So if you have any brothers or sisters aged 11 to 16 and they're not awake yet, wake them up and say, Miss B's on. You can watch her live on YouTube. You can listen to her via ilivek.com. Just wake them up and get them ready for the second half of the show. So before I begin, I'm just going to give out those important numbers. Like I said before, you can join me on our website, which is ilivek.com, or call me in the studio on 0208 638 8503, or send me a message via WhatsApp text only on 07564 265 257, or you can find us on all social media at iLive UK. Watch us on YouTube, Twitch and Mixcloud. Why not download our iLive Network app? And you can do this by going to the Google Play Store and iTunes App Store. And if you'd like to listen back to any previous shows, you can go to pod.co, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Acast and Mixcloud. Now, before I begin today's poem, I'm just going to let you know what's on today's show. So, like I said before, we're going to have a poem, and this week was National Numeracy Day. So our hot topic today is going to be pocket money, and I will be reading you another poem, one about money and one that's just going to be funny. Also, join me for our game, Hip Hop versus Poetry. Okay, let's begin. My first poem is from the book The Day I Fell Down the Toilet and Other Poems by Stephen Turner, and this one's called Wouldn't It Be Funny? Wouldn't it be funny if a clock said moo and a cow, when it was tickled, said tick? Wouldn't it be funny if a tongue went sniff and a nose, when it was runny, went lick? Wouldn't it be funny if bombs went wobble while a jelly on a trolley went bang? Wouldn't it be funny if a bell went bounce and a ball, if it should fall, went clang? Wouldn't it be funny if a crisp went fizz while the cola in a bottle went crack? Wouldn't it be funny if a fist went shh and a feather, when it fell, went whack? Wouldn't it be funny? Well, wouldn't it be funny? Well, wouldn't it be funny like that? So that poem was from the book The Day I Fell Down the Toilet, and other poems by Steve Turner. So if you're into poems or just getting into poems, then why not check out this fabulous book, which has funny poems, has rhyming poems, has poems about the world. It's such a great book with a collection of quirky humour and strong rhythms that kids can adore. So I'm just going to play a little music, and this is Full Circle.
Watch what you say and what you do, 'cause it will come back after you. Try to run, try to hide, but it will catch up to you. Everything falls in full circle in the game, that is the rules. So behave yourself, young spirit, stop living your life like a fool.
Remember when you cussed that old man out? Remember when you put that family out? Remember the way that you treated your friends? Remember when you backstabbed them? Now you're all alone in someone that you trusted. Has stabbed you in your back, and now you're broken hearted.
Watch what you say and what you do, 'cause it will come back after you. Try to run, try to hide, but it will catch up to you. Everything falls in full circle in the game, that is the rules. So behave yourself, young spirit, stop living your life like a fool.
You gave so much and now you're being heartless. I guess you call yourself in love, but using your heart less. You spread yourself too thin by going from him to them, yeah. Playing yourself a fool by doing yourself in. You think changing someone else is how you find your way out.
Late in the evening, glass on the side, I've been sad with you for most of the night. Ignoring everybody here, we wish they would disappear, so maybe we could get down now. I don't wanna know if you're getting ahead of the program. I want you to be mine, lady, to hold your body close. Take another step into the no man's land, and for the longest time, lady, I need you, darling. Come on, set the tone. If you feel me falling, won't you let me know? Oh, oh. If you love me, come on, get involved. Feel it rushing through you from your head to toe. Oh, oh.
Sing!
This love is a blaze, I saw flames from the side of the stage, and the fire brigade comes in a couple of days. Until then we got nothing to say and nothing to know, but something to drink and maybe something to smoke. Let it go until our roads are changed, singing we found love in a local radio.
I keep her check. She was a bad, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby, you're a wreck. Needless to say, I'm keeping her check. She was a bad, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby, you're a wreck. Thinking in a bad way, losing your grip. Screaming at my face, baby, don't trip. Some unless I stuck by you. You're a sunflower. I think your love would be too much, or you'd be left in the dust unless I stuck by you. You're the sunflower. You're the sunflower.
Every time I'm leaving on you, you don't make it easy, no. Wish I could be there for you. Give me a reason to. Oh, every time I'm walking out, I can hear you telling me to turn around. Fighting for my trust and you won't back down. Even if we gotta risk it all right now. I know you're scared of the unknown. You don't wanna be alone. I know I always come and go, but it's out of my control. And you'll be left in the dust unless I stuck by you. You're the sunflower. I think your love would be too much, or you'll be left in the dust unless I stuck by you. You're the sunflower. You're the sunflower.
And if you're loving on yourself, say yeah, yeah. And if you love somebody else, say yeah. Don't ever let nobody take that love away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if you're loving on yourself, say yeah, yeah. And if you love somebody else, say yeah. Don't ever let nobody take that love away. He got the sweetest touch, got the best kiss, got the right side, got the right lip, taking walks around the park, he got a sound mind. And when it ain't so sound, we spend more time. Cause I'm the therapy, using his telepathy. A lot of conversation to be a better me. Sometimes we disagree, don't see eye to eye, but the strength of our love makes it alright. He is emotional only
Nobody say, hey, this would have been, this would have been easy, oh, on your way, hey. You might come across
some troubles on your journey. I know that it could get rough sometimes, and it just gets tough sometimes. But don't go sit down in all of your problem. Better you hold your head up and smile. You better get up, my child, cause royalty running in your veins. And I know it's easy to complain, yeah, but there are better days ahead of you. Better days are coming, Lord. Hey, and I know things are little hard for you, but better days are coming, Lord. Hey, I know the journey that you're on, it might seem long, but they say what don't kill you, it does only make you strong. Oh, but there's better days ahead of you. Better days are coming, yeah. Better days, it coming. Better days, it coming. Better days, it coming, coming, coming. Better days, it coming. Better days, it coming. Better days, it coming, coming, coming. I know you're feeling, yeah, like the rain and want to stop falling, and you're balling, calling out on your knees, yeah. But brighter days gonna come soon. Cha-cha, he loves you, yeah. I know that it could get rough sometimes, and it just gets tough sometimes. But don't go sit down in all of your problem. Better you hold your head up and smile. You better get up, my child, cause royalty running in your veins. And I know it's easy to complain, yeah, but there are better days ahead of you. Better days are coming, Lord. Hey, and I know things are little hard for you.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the music and the first poem so far, and I'm going to read the second poem, and the second poem is called The Money Tree, and this poem is by C.J. Heck, and it reads like this. I dreamed I grew a money tree outside in my yard. My job was to care for it, and I worked very hard. I saw that it was watered, it grew so straight and tall, and when the money ripened, I picked it in the fall. The flowers were green dollar bills, the seeds inside were coins, and others grew and glittered where all the branches joined. On windy days I stood below and held a great big bucket. Other days I climbed right up to find one ripe and pluck it. People say that money doesn't really grow on trees. I know, I only wish it did, just like in my dreams. So like I said before, the topic today will be about pocket money. So have a think. Do you get pocket money? Let me know. Or do you just ask your parent to buy you the things that you like? So before we go into hot topics, you know what time it is. It is time for hip hop versus poetry.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. It's the tight. Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. To rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. It's tricky. 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 It's tricky to rock around. To rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. Tricky. Tricky.
Okay, so if this is the first time that you're joining me on the show, I'm just going to give you the rules of the game. So I'm going to read out some verses, and I'd like you to guess whether it was hip hop or poetry. So my first verse goes a bit like this. I got the horses in the back, horse tack is attack, hat matted black, got the boots that's black to match, riding on a horse, ha, you can whip your Porsche, I be in the valley, you ain't been up off the porch now. I'll read that again. I got the horses in the back, horse tack is attached, hat is matte black, got the boots that's black to match, riding on a horse, ha, you can whip your Porsche, I been in the valley, you ain't been up off the porch now. So that's my first verse. My second verse reads a bit like this. The flowers were green dollar bills, the seeds inside were coins, and others grew and glittered where all the branches joined. So listeners, I'm going to give you a few seconds to give me your answers, and your countdown begins now. Countdown begins now. So I'm going to start off with my second verse. If you guessed poetry versus hip hop, start again. If you guessed poetry, then you were correct. So well done to you. So that was a verse from the poem that I just read, The Money Tree by C.J. Heck. My first verse that I read was hip hop, and that came from the song Old Town Road by Little Nas X. So if you got those both right, then well done to you. Now, my next verse goes a bit like this. So parents, I hope that you're there to help your children with this. And the verse goes a bit like this. Can I kick it to all the people who can quest like a tribe does? Before this, did you really know what life was? Comprehend the track for its why cause, getting measures on the tip of the vibers. Rock and roll to the beat of the funky fuzz. Wipe your feet really good on the rhythm rug. If you feel the urge to freak, to do the jitterbug, come and spread your arms if you really need a hug. So that's my first verse. And my second verse reads like this. What would you call this animal, Adam? Her neck stretches up to the trees. She has 4 legs as skinny as sticks and 4 very wobbly knees. Like I said before, I'm going to give you a few seconds to think about your answers. Please let me know via the WhatsApp, or you can call in on the studio. Countdown begins now. Countdown begins now. So let's take a look at the first verse that I just read. And if you guessed hip hop, then you were correct. And that is from the song Can I Kick It by a tribe called Quest. Now, I don't know how well you were listening, guys, but I hope you were listening really well. And the second verse that I read was from the book The Day I Fell Down the Toilet and Other Poems by Steve Turner. So if you guessed poetry, then you were correct. And that poem was called The Naming of Animals. So thank you for joining in Hip Hop versus Poetry. And now it's time for a little tune like this.
just wanna be happy. I don't wanna feel nasty. I'm trying to turn my vibration around so I can feel fantastic. I'm talking to myself in the mirror. I'm telling me to cheer up. Everyone around got tears of a clown and it's so cold like Siberia. But I do not want negative energy. If you get what you give me positivity. Give it to me. Hey, be different. Be nice. Just smile. I promise it'll change your life. Hey, be different. Be nice. Just smile. I promise it'll change your life.
Be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice. The love you give is the love you get, so be nice and change your life. Be nice. Be nice. I got a new direction. I ain't got no time for stressing. I don't wanna carry no bad vibration. I don't wanna be in depression. I just wanna be cool, live my life without the problems. Everybody trying to push me down to the ground, but I ain't living life from the bottom. Cause I do not want negative energy. If you get what you give me positivity. Give it to me. Hey, be different. Be nice. Just smile. I promise it'll change your life. Hey, be different. Be nice. Just smile. I promise it'll change your life. Be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice. The love you give is the love you get, so be nice and change your life. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice.
And that was Be Nice featuring Snoop Dogg by Black Eyed Peas. Now it's about that time for Hot Topics. And like I said before, it's about pocket money. So today's topic is pocket money. And joining me today on the show to discuss this is Sims Mode from That Saturday Vibe. Good morning, Sims Mode.
Good morning, Miss B.
And how are you today?
I'm all right, you know.
You okay?
I'm good.
Okay, nice to hear that.
Yeah. That's better.
Nice to hear that. Glad you can hear us nice and clear now.
Good.
And just wanted to ask you, do you, or when you was younger, did you have pocket money?
Yes, I did actually. I had to work for it though. It wasn't something that was just given to me just because. So things that I had to do in the home was like cleaning up, washing dishes, helping, when my mum comes in with the shopping, unpacking and packing away the shopping in the correct place and stuff like that. So then at the end of the week, she'll give me like £1. And obviously, I know young listeners are thinking, £1? Is that all? But back in the day, that £1 was a lot of money back then.
Was.
And we didn't have pound coins. We had £1 notes.
Yes,
so
we did.
You see like how today you've got your £5 notes, your £10 notes. We had £1 notes.
£1
So
notes.
yeah, I used to get my £1 note, and then you know what? I used to save it.
Ah, that's good to hear. So Sims Mode, this week was National Numeracy Day.
Okay.
And so at school we did lots of activities around money, spending money, what we use money for, money management.
Yeah.
So across Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2, they did different activities around money. So I thought today would be ideal for us to talk about pocket money and kind of give parents some tips about encouraging their children to save,
Yeah.
you know,
Definitely.
and getting ahead of the game when it comes to saving.
Yeah, I think it's good to start saving at a young age. And one of the tips that you could do for your child is get them a savings account. So whichever bank you bank with, you know, go inside and inquire about, you know, setting up a savings account. And then when your child or children get pocket money, you can sit down and explain to them, well, if I give you £5, for example,
yes,
you could take that and put that to set up, and then the next pocket money you get, you can split it, so you can have a little bit for yourself, so you can treat yourself to little sweets, or you can put it into the account to save it, because the more you save is the more money you will get, right?
Yeah, right. So, Sims Mode, did you know, by no surprise, that majority of the children spend their spending money on sweets, chocolates, and other things of their choice?
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that, because I mean I done that as a child, and you know, sometimes if you saved up your money, you can get like your favorite magazines to read as well. So yeah, and I mean it wasn't cheap, and I know today they're not that cheap either.
They're not that cheap. So whereas when we were younger, £1 went a long way.
It did.
And you remember we used to be able to go to the shop and buy penny sweets.
That's right.
So,
and even half pennies as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, you know, for some young listeners, they're like, half penny, what's that?
Yeah.
So yeah, we had half pennies back in the day, but yeah, you used to get the penny sweets.
Yeah. So give your children the opportunity to spend their own money. So it's a good idea for parents to, once they've saved their money, take them to the shops, so that they can, you know, buy
so they can
is.
learn how to shop,
Yes.
and know that if they've got a certain amount of money, that they have to kind of be like, okay, so what do I spend it on so I can stay within my budget?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. And also when it comes to, I mean, I know for some of the youth today, they want the latest trainers and things like that. So it's a good idea, like maybe for birthdays, Christmases, sometimes family members don't actually buy you a gift, they give you money. And if you want to buy maybe the latest trainers or something like that, or a nice tracksuit,
streetwear stuff,
the latest streetwear,
the fashion stuff, because I know they're into their fashion.
They're into their fashion. So maybe it's a good idea for them to save that money.
Yeah.
And even maybe they might just contribute to the purchase of their new trainers. So that way they know how that money's been spent.
Yeah.
And also, you know, their parent doesn't have to then try and find that money to kind of buy the expensive trainers that's in the store.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know, those are a few things that they can do. And, you know, like you said before, the sooner the kids familiarise themselves with coins and notes, the quicker they'll be able to appreciate the value of money.
That's right.
Yeah. And in the poem that I read before, C.J. Hicks said, you know, he's just dreaming. That was just a dream about a money tree, because money doesn't actually grow on trees.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I wish it did.
So did I. So do I. I wish it did, because my tree will be full of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about yours?
You know what? Sorry, just to cut you. There's another thing I want to advise, you know, the young listeners, especially those who are over 11, is to be creative as well, especially when it comes to fashion, because there's young people out here who have set up their own little business, and it could start as small as designing T-shirts.
Definitely.
Right? Because, you know, as I said, there's some other young people who are doing that, and they're making money from just doing that, you know?
Or even upcycling old trainers.
That's
right. So if you've got plain white trainers or plain black trainers or just plain coloured trainers, you can upcycle them by, you know, adding bedazzles,
you know, whether it's graffiti style, like street art style. You know, with art itself, there's no
limit.
Right, there's no limit, and there's no right and wrong on how you do your art. So it could be just like you get paint and flicker
Yeah, you
on
can
it.
get fabric pens.
Yeah.
You can use tie-dye maybe.
That's right, yeah.
And just create your own style. Be unique.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So when children get older, you know, like you can, for most parents, they start giving them money, like, especially when they're going to secondary school, sometimes they need money for lunch
yeah.
and things like that. Maybe like when I was growing up, my mum used to give me my money for my toiletries.
Yeah.
So instead of her buying that stuff in the shopping,
Yeah, she'll give you that responsibility.
yeah, so
on
I
you
go and get
buying
my
that.
deodorant and all that,
Yeah,
all the other
and shower
stuff,
gels, etc.
shower gels and things like that. And so gradually I learnt about expenses and how to manage my money. So I set myself a budget.
Right.
So I didn't just go out and buy the deodorant that was £1.25.
Yeah.
I would find something within my budget, maybe go to somewhere like Savers or the Pound Shop, because when you go to those kind of places, you get value for your money.
Yeah.
So, you know, another idea or suggestion would be just shop around. Don't just blow your money on things.
Yeah, on the first thing you see.
first thing
Yeah.
that you see.
Mhm.
So before Sims Mode, you mentioned chores. Now that was one of the actual suggestions that I was going to suggest to parents about maybe having chores. So in my house, when I was growing up, we had a rota. And between my siblings, we had to do certain chores.
Yeah.
So that could have been hoovering the stairs, watching the rice and peas on a Sunday morning before my mum got back from her job, just to make sure the pot didn't burn. You know, during Easter, help clean the fish to prepare for Easter Day. Just little things.
Yeah.
I mean, each of us had our own chores. I know for some children, taking out the recycling is another.
Or even giving them that responsibility of recycling, so they know what to put into that recycling
Exactly.
bin, right?
So, I mean, chores for children is a good way of showing them that money doesn't just come from nothing, and it also gives them responsibility.
Yeah.
Doesn't it, Sims?
It does.
For some children, you might be at that age or live in an area where they do the paper round. So maybe you can take up a paper round shift and deliver papers.
Yeah.
I know for some parents, they don't think they pay them enough, but it's not about the actual money in that sense. It's about teaching them about responsibility and actually having value for money.
Right.
We'll be back in a minute, Miss Mode,
okay.
To have a little more of a discussion about pocket money and whether you get pocket money or not. So please let me know. You can do so in the WhatsApp chat, or you can call in to the studio. This is Quarantine Speech by Lady Leisure.
There's a war going on outside we ain't safe from, and I hope it don't stay long. Came from a bat and a snake done. Coronavirus is a pagan. Gotta stay safe, cause I ain't dumb. Got the lights so with me, I got my spray on. Can't leave your house for your day job, and some people now are getting laid off. It's mud, everything mud. Everywhere I go, everybody's in a mask. I went Sainsbury's just to get bug roll. All sold out, I'm like, what? No, cause I ain't tryna see no one. NHS is a mad thing, please don't come. Most food stores for sure ain't got a lock now. Can't go abroad, the schools are on lockdown. So please don't cough around me, keep your salivas. Keep it. Pasta and rice is gone, no hand sanitizers. Try ordering that isn't Lee, but there was no drivers. I'm trying to catch some flights, not coronavirus. Oh no. Well, I would if I could do. Yeah, that's what I should do. But they cancel my flights to Miami and Cancun. So I'm not in a good mood. No, don't touch me. Big sis needs an apology, cause I've been on one like I'm in quarantine. Oh man, had to change up a whole lot of plans. Will you go by your business? Wash them hands. Woo! Wash them. Who wanna wash them hands? Woo! Wash them. Who wanna wash them hands? You better. You better do better. You better know better. Social distancing from my friends. I ain't having no one over again. Nah, beg you, bridging, don't visit. Just me, dog, I can't risk it. I was on the timeline scrolling like, what is this? Not my interest. I can't believe this. What is going on? Mother's Day and I can't see my mom. Pub shut down, now bear man I vex. Gym's closed down, now how you gonna flex? Half of the world can't be seen tested, so you don't even know if you're infected. Most think it's a joke, they're not interested. Still going out, carry on till you get sick. Wait, people are really still going out raving? Huh? That's outrageous. One cough, we're done your dance. Just stay in. Do a crossword, start painting. You don't wanna see a paramedic. Bars hit your way harder than the pandemic. Everybody's in a frenzy and a panic. Can't stop washing my hands, become an addict. So please don't cough around me. Keep your salivas. Keep them. Pasta and rice has gone, no hand sanitizers. Try ordering at Disney, but there was no drivers. I'm trying to catch some flights, not coronavirus. Roll up. Watch them. Let me spell it for you.
F is for friends, right by your side I'll stand. U is for you and me, gonna stay that way to the end. And it's for nothing ever come between us, yeah. And if you ever need someone to lean on, I'll be there.
Some they come and they go like a wave, but good friends, you know they always stay. People rise and they fall like the tide, but the real ones will stay by your side. When the haters try to rock your boat, I'll be there to help you stay afloat. When you're down and don't know where to go, you can call me home, 'cause F is for friends who do stuff together. And I like you by my side, got your back and you got mine. F is for friends who do stuff together. Any problem, big or small, I can be the one you call. Do stuff together, do stuff together. Call me whenever, call me whenever.
Just hit me and I'm down for whatever. When I'm with you, everything feels better. You can pull up when you need someone. Tell me anything, it's never too much. What's on your mind? Tell me your problems, and together we can find a way to solve them. And I promise that I'll always be honest. Leaving you alone will never be an option. Some they come and they go like the waves, but good friends, you know they always stay. People rise and they fall like the tide, but the real ones will stay by your side. When the haters try to rock your boat, I'll be there to help you stay afloat. When you're down and don't know where to go, you can call me home, 'cause F is for friends who do stuff together. And I like you by my side, got your back and you got mine. F is for friends who do stuff together. Any problem, big or small, I could be the one you call. Do stuff together, do stuff together. Call me whenever, call me whenever.
It was all love. Hands up, superstar love. Then you can have it, you can have it all up. But then you took it all up, all up. Turn it up louder. Sing along, get the crowd up. But then you took it all up and forgot all about us. But it's all up.
Congratulations, you finally turned for the wrong station. Thank you for y'all's patience. I try not to make this a long statement. Mama said I shouldn't swear, so I'ma just put this on datings. Nobody's born hating, nobody's born fake. Why we fighting over something we can all make? Stingy love, I'm just giving love. Ain't no giving up. If you alive, only thing to do is live it up. I know you like that. I know you really, really like that. I know you're not gonna do me like that. Give it to you, bring it right back. It was all love. Hands up, superstar love. Stars up. Then you can have it, you can have it all up. But then you took it all up, all up. Turn it up louder. Sing along, get the crowd up. Come on, but then you took it all up and forgot all about us. But it's all up. I feel you.
So, back to our hot topic, pocket money. Do you get pocket money? Do you do chores to earn your pocket money? Or do your parents just give you an allowance each week for you to spend or save on what you like? So, Miss Sims Mode, we were talking before about ways in which young children could save, and we talked about open up a savings account. They got open up a savings account. They have ISAs in banks now for young children. So parents, like, even from the day that your child is born, you can actually set that up. And when people are giving gifts and things in the cards, because sometimes they just give you
monetary,
money, monetary gifts, you can start your child off by putting that money into their accounts, so they've got like a good start. Also, as we know, like, sometimes children will make mistakes, because in life we all make mistakes, but we learn from them. So, you know, it's important that we encourage our children to kind of save even just a percentage of their pocket money. Like,
just at least put something into the account.
So obviously I work, so out of my wages each month I put 20% away of my wages, and I still have enough money to pay my bills, and if I want, I might treat myself with a little something, maybe going to the shop, buying a new jumper, maybe buying a pair of jeans, like you said, buying a magazine or something like that. So there are there is like websites which you can go to which actually help you, giving you advice for teaching your children about pocket money. So if you'd like to go to www.moneyadviceservices.org.uk, they have a page just for parents to help them with advice about money saving and money management and give them tips to help their children save.
That's really good. One thing as well, it would be great. I don't know if they do it, is to talk about money management in schools, especially at a young age. So it kind of prepares them. Because I think if you start them from young, you know, when they get to the ages of 16, 17, 18, they can know about what the difference is between credit cards and debit cards. Because they're two different things, and it's if parents can get to understand it for themselves, so they can tell their children, like, you know, when you get older, you know, you're going to have access to these two things, but you need to understand the definition of credit card and debit card.
Definitely. So this week in year 6, which is 10-year-olds nearly turning 11 before they go on to secondary school, they actually did debit cards and credit cards as a lesson. So since Mode, like you said, we should be teaching our children every day. It shouldn't just be a National Numeracy Day, which was this week Wednesday, where throughout many schools they celebrated, you know, learning about maths, but also learning about spending money and the value of money. One more question to you, Sims Mode. Growing up, did you have a savings account, and did you pay money into your savings account when you was growing up?
I had a savings account. My mum took an account in my name. Obviously, she started it off, but she used to sit down and break down everything to me about money management and how to look after your home. So, you know, when you get your wages, you pay your rent or mortgage, you pay your bills, and only then, once you've done those, then whatever's left back is a bonus for you to, you know, as you said, treat yourself. But going back to, I had a savings account. My mum started it up. I would get my pocket money or allowance when I was going to secondary school, but I used to put some away.
Good.
And it would build up over the years. So when it came to me going to college now, I didn't really have to ask my mum for any money towards like buying books and stuff like that, because I had the money there saved.
Already saved, Another good way, which I know some adults actually do this. So when they do have their money, they save £2 coins.
Yeah.
So it's quite unusual to get a £2 coin when you get change.
Yeah.
But then when you do get a £2 coin, a good idea is just to save your £2 coins in a jar.
Yeah. Well, you know, some people do that with the £1 coins.
Yeah.
Because you get that more regular. So,
Definitely.
you know, when you've got your wallet or your purse, you know, check your change. Just put a few of them in the jar and do it. You know, if you can do it on a weekly basis, great.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much you save by just doing that. If you check it at the end of the month, each week, if if you put in £2 each week, you'll be surprised at the lump sum of money that
you'll get from
you
that.
will get. So, young listeners and parents, you know, encourage your children to save. Start from early. Don't wait until they kind of get older and maybe get a job and things like that. Kind of set the foundation from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this will help those children who are going off to uni. When you get that big student loan, I mean, I know some children get really happy, or young adults get really happy when they see their student loan. They need to remember that that money has to last them throughout the whole term.
That's right.
So having an understanding of how to budget and manage your money is a good idea to learn from now, so that by the time you do actually go to uni, because I mean, I don't know, for some of you, your parents might pay for your course, or you might take out a student loan. You're then creating a debt, which at some point in your life you will end up paying back. So I think that it's really important as parents, we educate our children about saving and managing our money, budgeting. You know, don't spend our money on the wants, you know, and think about the things that you actually need.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's the topic for today. So I'm going to leave you guys with that food of thought, and, you know, have a talk with your parents about pocket money. Maybe it's something that you don't actually have, and maybe you might want to ask your parents if you can have pocket money, and then you could think of ways in which you can earn that pocket money. So maybe that's doing chores, helping your mum go shopping at the weekend, tidying your room, but that's something that you should be doing anyway. Maybe help clean the house. Here is Burna Boy with Jara. And I'd just like to say a thank you to Sims Mode joining me for Hot Topics today on Pocket Money. Thank you so much, Sims Mode.
Thank you. It's been great.
Yeah, we've had some great conversation about pocket money. So thank you so much for joining me here. And thank you to everybody that's been locked in to my show. And I hope you've enjoyed the poetry, the music, and the hot topic for today.
If you get the money, you be blessed. I'm a nobody, only no apostle. Your body go rest you. Bad begin you. Your body go rest you. Your body go rest you. Your tongue go confess you. Your head go correct you. You know go forget you. So you get the concept. They go tell you watch out when you go. Watch out on the road, watch out for them hyenas. Watch out when you go, watch out on the road, watch out. Look around and all the places you go to. Stand your ground and stay solid like Goku. Watch your back and just do what you're supposed to. Take care of family and people you're close to. Then they're passing. You go learn your own lesson. Everybody keep on searching for miraculous blessings. For Lagos, you. If you know yourself, you go lost you. If you get the money, you be blessed you. I'm a nobody, only no apostle. No. Your body go rest you. Bad begin you. Your body go rest you. Your body go rest you.
Wonder if all my bad decisions get accounted in the algorithms. No statistician could dissuade me from my bigger vision. I know my occupation's quite an unlikely place in this world to occupy and talk about upon a daily basis. Our information's predetermined by some biased business. We all in sermon to silicon that push out lovely neighbors. I'm done with paper chasing, think I'm on to bigger banquets. This that full circle, new wave, energy on a Tuesday. Turn a blue day to a bright hue, yellow with a smooth A in hair, extra fruity the brand. You can't move me, the music is man. It's a con job, but fuck it, it's grand. I'm blessed with a great hand.
You're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio. iLive Radio.
This is Blaze, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio.
What up, though? This is your girl, Coco St. James, hailing all the way from Detroit, Michigan, USA, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to music.
This is Angela Johnson, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio.